Hey, what's going on, guys? Well, just to let you know that I've been working on the MGB. Been doing some stuff to it, getting all that paint, that spray paint that I sprayed on it to protect it a little bit better from the move from Colorado out here to Tennessee. And I bought a palm sander because I was getting sick and tired. We're dragging this thing on a little bit too much. It's hard coming out here and just doing nothing but blocking. I hate freaking body work. I can't stand it. But it seems to be going pretty well. I ended up vinegar watering the whole car again. Well, virtually the whole car. Did the trunk and the hood back there. Can you see it? So I did all that. I got that all set up. I ordered the other door skin for the other side, so we'll be doing a video on that one. As far as the everything else going around, as you could tell, this is getting pretty long, as well as that. Because I don't want to be told what to do, so in order for you to go out and get your haircut, you have to make an appointment and you have to freaking wear a mask. I just won't get a haircut. So, let me just show you guys what I've been doing, what I've been up to, and go over some other things that I'll be doing. I'll show you the primer that I got. I think I got the red paint in, I'm not sure, but we'll go over a few things. So here we go. I put the door on. The door is bolted on. Well, kind of screwed on because it's not really a bolt, but as far as everything goes, the body line and things like that, I'm satisfied, with how it's going. I mean, the gap, I do have a, wide gap there, and it does get, got a little bit wide, and then it does get a little bit smaller, and then it widens out again. So when I take the door back off, I'll probably pop that back in a little bit more, but it seems to be doing really well. It's opening and closing. I don't have the latch on or anything like that, but I kind of made it flush with the body. I got to hammer and dolly that down and back in. Let's see right there. So we got a little bit of a gap there. This is sitting a little bit too close to the fender, which is why it's catching. It's catching around here. So hammer and dolly that back out a bit. This does seem to be kind of popping out a little bit. I do have to go hammer and dolly a little bit on that, make that a little bit better. But overall, I think I did an okay job. Probably not the best, probably not the worst. But the fun thing is I get to constantly take the door off, put it back on, take the door off, put it back on. that's the difficult thing, because I kind of have the door where I want it, and trying to take it off and put it back on and put it and get it to go in this exact same spot, I think is going to be pretty difficult. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. I think I do. Yeah, because if you see there, it's the fender sticking out a little bit more. But the other thing that I really need to do is I need to get both of these fenders put on here and secured to where I won't be taking these off again, and they'll be on there for good. I did have a little bit of an idea on how I'm going to solve this. So when I take this fender off again, I'm thinking about getting a little bit of a piece of metal, you know, kind of shaping it to look like this, and maybe hitting it real quick with the welder. Hopefully that doesn't burn away. I'll probably use a really low setting. I'll grind that down, and then what I'll do is I'll tack it on the other side. So I've been thinking about that. I don't know how that's going to work out until I get that fender off, but that's kind of the idea. Oh, excuse me. Maybe making it into, you know, a T shape or something like that. I don't know. That it kind of ticks me off that, I mean, you don't really want to get rid of the whole fender, but that is a really tough piece to freaking mock up and replace. But I'm getting kind of sick and tired of freaking sanding this. I mean, like I said, I'm not a body guy. I'm probably not going to get everything straight on this. I'm going to get it as straight as I can. And as you can see, the more I leave this metal exposed, the more surface rust is going to show up on it. So if I was in Colorado, I think I'd be okay. But being out here in Tennessee, where it's a lot more humid, rain, things like that, you know, I'm going to have to constantly sand off the surface rust, which is it's just going to get so freaking annoying. So I believe I got everything straight on the fender. I got a couple of spots over there I need to hit again. Over here I need to get hit with a little bit more filler. Obviously got to do the door with a little bit of filler around the edges. That shouldn't be too bad because I'll have the door off and I'll be using that palm sander. I did get that off of eBay. It was pretty cheap. I do apologize. It was actually made in China, but when I was looking on eBay, it said that it was coming out of a warehouse in California, but it didn't say where it was made, so I was hoping that it was going to be made in America, but it's not. So what can you do? Also got to take that and put the holes in there. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think I got the red yet. I think it's still on its way. But this is the paint that I will be using. Now once again, there's no point in me buying expensive primer, expensive paint, and things like that, especially when I'm going to, this is the first time, so I don't want to screw up really expensive paint or primer or anything like that. So this stuff from Testers, it's already pre-mixed. You strain it, you put it in your gun, you shoot it. So I'll be doing a video of that, on how the outcome of that goes. So hopefully by the time I spray that, I'll have technique down. I'll know how far I need to be away and things like that, so that should work out great. But I just wanted to give you guys an update on what was going on with the MGB. Like I said, this sucker is actually going to be freaking painted this year. I've actually been going back and forth and working on this thing freaking, I wouldn't say non-stop, but I've been coming out here doing what I can, step by step, as much as I can, so we can get this thing all set up and all ready to go. That paint is base coat, clear coat, so be getting the clear. I got 2 quarts. The 2 quarts is, that's all. The other thing that's also going to let me know how much I'm actually going to need. It doesn't look like there's a lot of surface on this car, but they do say to put 3 coats of primer on and 3 coats of your base. So I don't know how many coats that's actually going to get me. You know, I've been trying to look online to see, you know, how much paint to actually use, and you know, you get a lot of things. It says, well, it all depends on how much you're painting. If you're painting inside the engine compartment, inside the interior, and inside the trunk, which we are not doing. We are just doing the exterior. So I've seen a couple of things on there to where people were using a gallon, and I don't know. To me, I think using a gallon on this, I think that's a lot of paint. You know, I think that's too much. I mean, I just don't see how. Now, if you were using a gallon and you were doing the engine compartment, the interior compartment, and the trunk compartment, yeah, maybe I could see you're using a gallon for that. But you know, I just don't really see using that much. What I'm kind of thinking is, I'm kind of thinking that I'm probably going to go through 3 quarts. But even then, that might be a little bit much. But if I had 3 quarts, and I think I did buy another quart of that primer. So if I do the 2 quarts, and I only need the 2 quarts, great. But the other thing is once I put that primer on, and then I start block sanding it, if I burn through and get down to the either the filler or the metal, I'm going to have to respray it. So hopefully I don't have a lot. Hopefully I don't burn through it. I don't have a lot of high and lows and things like that, and I could just, you know, some things I may just end up going through it, and I may look at it and say, you know what, that's something I can kind of deal with, and I'll just kind of let it go. You know, like I said, this might be one of those paint jobs that's a 5-foot paint job, and then once you get close to it, then you can start actually looking and pointing out the flaws and things like that, which, hey, you know, doing this and being an amateur on it and things like that, okay, cool, you know. But we'll see how that goes. So the next video I make on this thing, it will probably be, it'll probably be the door skin, because I don't know, I don't think too many of you guys actually want to watch a video of me just sanding this thing, because I mean, even some of the videos that I watch on YouTube of sanding cars and things like that, even they cut out all the sanding and things like that, you know. So, and that's not fun. I mean, what are you gonna watch? A 15-minute video of me freaking sanding the hell out of the car? Yahoo! You know, I wouldn't expect that to get too many likes, or I did actually expect it to get more dislikes and more comments saying, hey, don't do a 15-minute video of you freaking sanding. Because I think a majority of you guys actually, you either know how to sand or you understand the concept of it. So, but we're moving along. It's the end of May, so things are looking good. Garden's growing good. I got some more grapevines, not the Muscats, but I did get a couple other different kinds of grapevines. I will probably be doing a video of that on the propagation of those grapevines, plus on the Muscat grapes that we actually have growing on the property. I did take some clippings off of that, and I started propagating those, so I'm going to see whether or not those are actually going to root, because it would actually be nice to have those. And when the vine goes dormant, I really have to freaking cut back that vine, because the previous owners, you know, when we purchased the property, said, yeah, those are grapes back there. And I asked him, I said, well, you know, what do you got to do to the grapes? You know, you have to, you know, prune them or anything like that. And he said, no, you just let them grow. And I thought that was kind of fishy, because I thought for sure you still had to prune grapes. And looking at a lot of the other YouTube videos, yeah, you really do need to prune grapes, otherwise they will go nuts. And that's what the 3 vines in that little enclosure are doing. They're just, they grow, and they grow fast. They are vigorous plants. So, and looking at it, I'm gonna have to cut a lot off of that and get it back. And they basically say, you know, with the main vine, basically take it back to about 10 to 20 buds. So I mean, you're literally like wiping that freaking vine out. I mean, that's how fast it grows. I do see grapes on it. We are going to get grapes for the kiwi fruit that's there. I've actually learned that you can actually propagate kiwi. You know, you take some of the clippings off the kiwi vine and actually propagate that. That will actually root. I'm not going to do that though. But I did look at the vine yesterday, and the previous owner said that, you know, they didn't get any fruit. They haven't gotten any fruit off of them. Fruit's growing on them this year, so that's pretty cool. Because I was worried about it having to either get a male vine so it can pollinate. Looks like we don't have to do that, so that's pretty cool. If we end up getting any fruit off of that, I'll be sure to put that on there. I am looking into getting a freeze dryer, because with all the blueberries and the blackberries and, you know, everything that we've got going, everything we got growing and things like that, I'd really like to freeze dry a lot of it, start doing some food storage, because I'm sure a lot of you that have, if you're preppers, a lot of you have looked at some of the food storage and a lot of the freeze drying products and things like that. It's actually quite expensive. And I ended up getting screwed on one of them, because I ordered stuff way back in February. They kept telling me, yeah, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. They completely changed their site. They completely changed all of the type of food that they're actually selling. And then they sent me an email with a refund. And they sent that to me in April. So February, March, and April, I think they sent it to me like at the end of April, early May. So about 3 months I've been freaking trying to get the stuff that I ordered, and they kept telling me, yeah, it'll be here, and then I ended up getting a refund. Very, very disappointed in that. But, you know, we'll see how all that goes. But I hope everybody's taking care of themselves and doing pretty good. Take it easy. Enjoy the weather if you've got good weather. If it's raining, I'm sorry. Hopefully it won't rain for another day or something like that, and you guys can actually get out. I did actually get a little trailer for Ozzy so we can attach it to the bikes, because I really want to go bike riding, and you know, Ozzy's not going to be able to keep up running with us bike riding, and I really don't like to leave him alone since, you know, Abby passed away. So I figured, I was like, well, if we get him a trailer, you know, we did have him in there a little bit with the tires on it, and he started shaking really bad, so he is kind of scared of it, and I'm hoping that we can kind of break him off of that, because I really want to start doing a little bit more bike riding, because if we could actually go bike riding, that would actually help me out a lot, because the park that we like to take him to is it's about 30 minutes away. So all in all, it takes about a couple hours, but there's another park. I mean, we could still take him to it, but I'm the type of person that doesn't like to backtrack. I like to go in, you know, circles and things like that, and that's what that park is. It's a 2-mile loop. And the other park that we could actually take our bikes to, it's wider, and it's really close. It's like 10 minutes away. It's probably not even 10 minutes away. It's probably like 5 minutes away. So if we can take them there, you know, I'd be able to get out during the week and do that, you know, because I've got the elliptical, been doing stuff on the elliptical. You know, if I can change that up, you know, maybe go on the bike ride Monday, Wednesday, Friday, do the elliptical Tuesday, Thursday, or, you know, do the opposite, that would be great. But hope you guys are all doing well. Take it easy. Have a good one. Peace.